Good afternoon, dear students. Today's topic is applications of full adder's. First of all, what is the function of an half adder? It is used to add 2 bits. What is the function of the half subtractor? It is used to subtract 1 bit from the other bit. Full adder is used to add 3 bits. Full subtractor is used to subtract 2 bits from the other bit. So there are different applications for full adders. One of the application is binary adder. In the binary adder, there are 2 types: parallel serial. There are 2 types of binary adders: parallel binary adder and serial binary adder. The function of binary adder is it is used to add 2 binary numbers, not the bits. 2 binary numbers. For example, in the case of a 4-bit parallel binary adder, 4-bit parallel binary adder, it is used to add 2 4-bit numbers, 2 4-bit binary numbers. Let us assume one 4-bit binary number is A3, A2, A1, A0, and the second 4-bit binary number is B3, B2, B1, and B0. So binary adder is used to add those 2 binary numbers, 4-bit binary numbers. So in this case, A0 plus B0 equal to, it produces a sum output of S0 and a carry output C0. So the next full adder adds A1, B1, and C0. So it produces S1 and a C1. The next full adder adds A2 plus B2 plus C1, and it produces a sum output of S2 and a carry output of C2. The next full adder adds A3, B3, and C2, and it produces a sum output of S3 and a, in other words, and it produces a carry output of C3. Carry output of C3. So parallel binary adder is used to add 2 binary numbers. 2 binary numbers. First, observe the function of a 4-bit parallel binary adder. 4-bit parallel binary adder. Let us assume one of the bit A is say 1010, B is 0110. Let us assume. So this parallel binary adder is used to add these 2 4-bit binary numbers. So in the first case, 0 plus 0 equal to 0, and sum 0 and produce 0 carry. So 1 plus 1 equal to sum 0 with a carry of 1. In this case, 1 plus 1 is equal to sum 0 with a carry of 1. In this case also 1 plus 1 equal to sum 0 with a carry of 1. And in this example it is. And actually 1010, what is its decimal equivalent? 10. 0110, what is its decimal equivalent? 6. So 10000 means its decimal equivalent equal to 16. Decimal equivalent equal to 16. So to construct or to design a parallel binary adder, to add these two least significant bits, bits LSBs, these are the least significant bits, these are the most significant bits, these are the LSBs, these are the MSBs. LSB means the least significant bit, MSB means most significant bit. To add the least significant bits, it requires either a half adder or a full adder. And in this one, we have to add only these two bits. So half adder is sufficient to add those two bits. Or a full adder can also be used. And a full adder acts as an half adder only when the third input is connected to 0. And for example, let us assume this is a full adder. These are the bits A, B, and C. So these are the outputs, sum and carry. Sum and carry. For example, in this one, if Cn is equal to 0 is connected, no doubt in that one, this full adder acts as an half adder. So that is used to add only these two bits. Those two bits means those two bits plus 0. That is the same as with the addition of two bits. So full adder can be used as an half adder only when if Cin is connected to 0. So in the case of parallel binary adder, for the addition of least significant bits, it requires either an half adder or a full adder, with Cin is connected to 0. So for the addition of next two bits, it requires one full adder. And to add these two bits and a carry from the preceding one. Next, for this stage also it requires one full adder. For this stage also it requires one full adder. So, as a conclusion, to realize a parallel binary adder, the number of full adders required for an n-bit binary adder, in this case n equal to 4. For a n-bit binary adder, the number of full adders is equal to either n or n minus 1. If the number of full adders used are only n minus 1, it requires one half adder. And for example, to realize a 4-bit parallel binary adder, it can be constructed by using 4 full adders or 3 full adders plus 1 half adder. Choice is yours. So this is the construction of a 4-bit parallel binary adder. For its construction, it requires 4 full adders. Let us assume. This is the full adder 0, full adder 1, full adder 2, full adder 3. And it requires 3 full adders. For each full adder, there are 3 inputs. And actually the three inputs are A, B and C. A, B and C. A, B and C. A, B and C. These are the inputs of a full adder. So it produces two outputs. One is the sum output and the second one is the carry output. This is the C out. That is the sum output. This is the sum output and this one is the C out, carry out. Sum output and this is the carry output. Sum output and this is the carry output. So each full adder has three inputs and two outputs. Let us assume we have to add two 4-bit binary numbers. One is A3, A2, A1, A0. And the second one is B3, B2, B1, B0. So it produces an output of S0, S1, S2, S3 and C3. Let us assume A3, A2, A1, A0 equal to say 0, 1, 0, 1. Say B3, B2, B1, B0 equal to 1, 0, 1, 1. This is the B, this is the B, this is the A. So if we add these two numbers, 1 plus 1 equal to sum 0 with the carry 1, 1 plus 1 plus 0 equal to sum 0 with the carry of 1, 1 plus 0 plus 1 equal to sum 0 with the carry of 1, 1 1 plus 0 equal to sum 1 with a carry of 0. 1 plus 0 equal to sum 1 with a carry of 0. 1 plus 1 equal to sum 0 with a carry of 1. 1 plus 1 equal to sum 0 with a carry of 1. So this is, what is the decimal equivalent for this one? 7. For this one is equal to 12. So total equal to 9. So 16 plus 2 plus 1. That is equal to 9. So this 4-bit parallel binary adder is used to add these two 4-bit binary numbers. These two 4-bit binary numbers. So in this case, this is the most significant full adder. So for this one, the inputs are A3, B3. For this one, A2, B2. For this one, A1, B1. For this one, A0, B0. So if it is a full adder, simply connect that is to logic 0 or connect it to a ground, logic 0. That means this full adder in this case acts as an off adder. And A plus B plus 0. So it acts as an off adder. So this full adder adds A0, B0 and 0. It produces some output of S0 and a carry output of C0. C0 is connected to the carry in of the preceding full adder. Next, this full adder produces and it adds A1, B1 and C0. It adds A1, B1 and C0. So it produces a sum output of S1 and a carry output of C1. So it is connected as a C in input of the preceding full adder. Next, this full adder adds A2, B2 and C1. It produces a sum output of S2 and a carry output of C2. It is connected to the carry in of the preceding full adder. So it produces some output of S3 and a carry output of C3. So finally, the two 4-bit binary numbers are A3, A2, A1, A0, and the second binary number is B3, B2, B1, B0. So the first full adder adds only A0 and B0. It produces a sum output of S0 and a carry output of C0. The next full adder adds A1, B1, and C0 and produces a sum output of S1 and a carry output of C1. The next full adder adds A2, B2, and C1 and it produces a sum output of S2 and a carry output of C2. The next full adder adds A3, B3, and C2 and it produces sum output of S3 and a carry output of C3. Observe the same input combination for this circuit, and here A equal to 0, 1, 1, 1, B equal to 1, 1, 0, 0. A equal to 0, 1, 1, 1. B equal to 1, 1, 0, 0. So what is the function of the first full adder? So it adds 1, 0, and a 0. So it produces a sum output of 1 and a carry output of 0. So the next full adder adds 1, 0, and a carry input of 0. So it produces a 1 output and a carry output of 0. The next full adder adds 1 plus 1 plus 0. So it produces a sum output of 0 and a carry output of 1. The next full adder adds 0 plus 1 plus 1. So it produces sum output of 0 and a carry output of 1. So what is the final sum output? That is equal to C3, S3, S2, S1, and S0. That is equal to 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So 16 plus 2 plus 1, that is equal to 19. That is equal to 19. So this circuit is used as a binary adder, parallel binary adder. The inputs are parallel numbers and output is also a parallel one. Output is also a parallel one. So it is a parallel binary adder. For example, in the case of parallel binary adder, the number of full adders is equal to, in this example, the number of full adders is equal to n, where n is the number of bits in the binary number. Where n is the number of bits in the binary number. But in the case of a serial binary adder, only one full adder is sufficient to add n bit binary numbers. In the case of serial binary adder, only one full adder is sufficient to add n bit binary numbers. That is the advantage of serial binary adder, and the disadvantage of serial binary adder is for its operation it requires more amount of time. That means it's a slow speed of operation. For the case of serial binary adders. There is no need to discuss about the serial binary adders. Or simply in other words, for example, this is a full adder, and this is a A input, and this is a B input, and this is a C in. It produces a sum output of S and a carry output. So this is a carry out. Actually, this is a delay unit. The carry output of a full adder is connected to the carry in through a delay line. Delay line means, for example, if the input of this delay line is equal to 0, no doubt in that one, its output is also equal to 0, only after certain time. For example, the propagation delay time of this delay line is equal to, say, 10 nanoseconds. If its input equal to 0, its output is also equal to 0 after 10 nanoseconds. For example, the first full adder in this case, for example, if the two binary numbers are A3, A2, A1 and A0, and B3, B2, B1 and B0, this full adder first adds A0 and B0, A0 and B0. It produces some output of S0 and produces a carry output of C0. Carry output of C0. After some time delay, the carry output of C0 is connected as Cin. In the next case, the same full adder is used to add A1, B1 and C0. So it produces a sum output of S1 and a carry output of C1. So after some time delay, the C1 is available at the Cin. So next the full adder adds A2, B2 and Cin, etc. This circuit is called as a serial binary adder. So for its operation, it requires only one full adder and a delay line. So this is the construction of parallel binary adder, and this is the construction of serial binary adder. This is the logic circuit of 4-bit parallel binary adder. 4-bit parallel binary adder. We can also construct a subtractor by using this adder. If we add a few exclusive OR gates, so that circuit is called as a binary subtractor. So binary subtractor is used to subtract one binary number from the other binary number. Actually, the same circuit can also be used to add two binary numbers and to subtract one binary number from the other binary number. So the circuit circuit is called as binary adder / subtractor. So what is the function of this circuit? It is used to add two binary numbers. It can also be used to subtract one binary number from the another binary number. So it can be used as an adder or a subtractor. Or in other words, it's a 2's complement. Binary adder / subtractor. And this circuit performs the subtraction operation by using 2's complement method. In 2's complement method, so to subtract B from A and A for A minus B operation. In the case of 2's complement method, to subtract B from A, what is the procedure? First, you have to find out the 2's complement of the subtrahend. This is the subtrahend. 2's complement of the subtrahend. Then you have to add the 2's complement of the subtrahend to the minuend. That is the procedure. And if there is a end around carry, it indicates that the final answer is positive. And to get the final answer, simply discard the carry. So that is the procedure in the case of 2's complement subtraction. So to use this circuit as a subtractor, it requires a logic circuit to find out the two's complement of a given binary number. Two's complement of a binary number. If you observe the function of exclusive OR gate, what is its truth table? If it is A and the second one is B, its output equal to Y. A, B, Y, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So 0, 1, 1, 0. This is the truth table of exclusive OR gate. It produces high output when the inputs are different. In other words, it produces zero output when the inputs are the same. That is the function of the exclusive OR gate. If you observe the operation of this circuit, let us assume if one of the input A is connected to logic 0, what is its output? Say for example, B equal to 0 and 0, 0, so it produces 0 output. If B equal to 1, so 0, 1, in that case it produces 1 output. And that means for an exclusive OR gate, if one of the input is connected to ground, that is 0, simply it transfers the second input to the output. So in that case, Y is equal to B. And if B equal to 0, so 0, 0, 0. If B equal to 1, 0, 1, 1. So what is the function of the exclusive OR gate? If one of the input is connected to logic 0, simply it transfers the second input to the output. What happens if it is connected to logic 1? One of the input is connected to logic 1. If B is equal to 0, 1, 0, it produces 1 output. If B is equal to 1, 1, 1, it produces 0 output. And if B equal to 0, it produces 1 output. If B equal to 1, it produces 0 output. And that means if we connect to one of the inputs of the exclusive OR gate, a logic 1, what is its output? It produces the complement of the input at the output. And that means, what is in this case, what is the output of Y can be written as B bar. Y is equal to B bar. Simply in other words, if we connect to one of the input of an exclusive OR gate to logic 1, it acts as an inverter. It acts as an inverter. If its input equal to B, it produces an output of B bar. B bar. Is it visible? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
These are all exclusive OR gates. Here there are 4 exclusive OR gates. There is a common input to all the 4 exclusive OR gates. And the second inputs are, say for example, this one is A3, A2, A1, and A0. So output of this one is equal to Y0, Y1, Y2, and Y3. One of the inputs of exclusive OR gates are shorted. What happens if it is equal to 0? If it is connected to 0, that means one of the input of the exclusive OR gate is equal to 0. What is its function? Simply it transfers the data at the second input to the output. So in that case, its output Y0 equal to A0, Y1 equal to A1, Y2 equal to A2, and Y3 equal to A3 when 0 is connected to this line. What happens when 1 is connected to this line? If one of the input to the exclusive OR gate is equal to 1, So it acts as an inverter. So and it produces the output, the complement of the input, complement of the input. So in that case, it produces outputs of y0 equal to a0 bar, a1 bar, a2 bar, a3 bar, etc. When one is connected to one of the input of exclusive OR gate. So in that case, generally this part of the circuit is called as a controlled inverter. Controlled inverter. It acts as an inverter. And for example, if input is equal to A3, A2, A1, A0, and output is equal to Y, and output Y is equal to, say for example, it is equal to A3, A2, A1, A0, or A3 bar, A2 bar, A1 bar, A0 bar. For example, if logic 0 is connected to this one, exclusive OR gates simply transfer the data present at the second input to the output. If logic 1 is connected to this one, the exclusive OR gate produces an output of complement of the input. They are simply, in other words, if this line equal to 0, simply to transfer the data at the input to the output. If this line is equal to 1, simply this circuit acts as an inverter. Acts as an, in that case, it produces A3 bar, A2 bar, A1 bar, A0 bar. That is the inversion of the input. So the circuit is called as an inverter. For that inverter, there is a control line. This is a control line for this inverter. When it acts as an inverter, if this line is equal to 1. So this is the controlled inverter. So this circuit is called as a controlled inverter. Controlled inverter. So for this one, if the control in the controlled inverter circuit, if the control line equal to 0, simply it transfers the data present at the input to the output. If control line equal to 1, it produces the complement of the input at the output. So this circuit is used to produce the one's complement of the given number when the control line is equal to 1. To obtain the two's complement of that one, you have to add 1 to that one. Here we have to connect a controlled inverter to the circuit. Controlled inverter. We have to connect here one exclusive OR gate. Apply B3 here. This is A3. This is A3 and this one is B3. These are all exclusive OR gates. One of the input to all these exclusive OR gates are shorted. That line is called as the controlled inverted line. Controlled inverted line. So this is A2 input and this one B2 input. This is A1 and this one B1. This is A0. Sorry. And this one B0. In the circuit, this control line is called as a mode control line. Mode control line. MODE mode control line. It is designated by capital M. Capital M. What is this one? Mode control line. Mode control line is connected to one of the inputs of the exclusive OR gates and Cin of the first full adder. And Cin of the first full adder. What is the need to connect the mode control line to the carry in of the first full adder? For example, observe the operation of the circuit. What happens if m equal to 0? If you apply if m equal to 0, in that case, this control inverter simply transfers the data present at the second inputs to the outputs. So in that case, what is the data for the full adders? A3, A2, A1, A0 is the one number, B3, B2, B1, B0 is another number, and here we have to add a 0 to that one. So it is nothing but a binary adder. It acts as a binary adder. If m equal to 0, this circuit acts as a binary adder. What happens if m equal to 1? If we connect m is equal to 1, if one of the input to the exclusive OR gate is equal to 1, that circuit acts as a controlled inverter. Controlled inverter means it produces output to the complement of the inputs. So here, output of this exclusive OR gate is equal to, in that case, B0 bar. This one B1 bar. So this one B2 bar. This one B3 bar. And in that case, Cn equal to 1. So if mode equal to 1, this circuit adds A3, A2, A1, A0 and B3 bar, B2 bar, B1 bar, B0 bar and Cn equal to 1 plus 1. So it is equal to A plus complement of the B, ones complement of the B, B bar plus 1. This is B bar is the ones complement of B. So B bar plus 1 is the 2's complement. So it is nothing but A plus 2's complement of B. 2's complement of B. So no doubt in that one. A plus 2's complement of B is nothing but A minus B. A plus 2's complement of B is nothing but A minus B in the case of 2's complement subtraction. In the case of 2's complement subtraction, A plus 2's complement of B is nothing but subtraction. So simply in other words, if m equal to 0, this circuit acts as a binary adder. If m equal to 1, this circuit acts as a binary subtractor. Binary subtractor. Why it is called as a 2's complement adder subtractor? In the binary subtraction, it is used 2's complement method. It is used 2's complement method. So it is called as a 2's complement binary adder subtractor. When it acts as an adder, if m equal to 0. When it acts as a subtractor, when m equal to 1. When m equal to 1. So this is the 2's complement binary adder subtractor. Next application of the full adder is BCD adder. BCD adder, the binary coded decimal adder. For example, First you have to observe the BCD addition procedure. BCD addition procedure. Say for example, to add 74 decimal number and 87 decimal number in BCD form, and the BCD addition. Actually, those two are the decimal numbers. In the case of BCD addition, so first you have to convert those decimal numbers into BCD codes. The BCD code means 8421 codes. 8421 codes. So what is the 8421 code for 7? 0 1 1 1. For 4, 1 0 0 0. For 8, sorry. For 4, 0 1 0 0. For 8, 1 0 0 0. For 7, 0 1 1 1. So this is the decimal number 74. It is its 8421 code of the BCD code. BCD code. For 87, so this is the equivalent 8421 code. 8421 code. Add these two BCD numbers. 0 plus 1 equal to 1. 0 plus 1 equal to 1. 1 plus 1 equal to 0 and a carry of 1. So it is equal to 1. Zero plus 1 equal to 1. 0 plus 1 equal to 1. 1 plus 0 equal to 1. So 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. If you observe the sum value, they are not equal to BCD numbers. They are not equal to valid BCD numbers. Valid BCD numbers are only from 0 0 0 0 to 1 0 0 1. This is for decimal digit 0. This is for decimal digit 9. Decimal digit 9. Say for example 1010, 1011, 1100, 1101, 1110, 1111 are the invalid BCD codes. Invalid BCD codes. Observe 1011 invalid, 1111 invalid, are simply in other words. So to produce a correct BCD output, this is not the correct BCD outputs. To produce a correct BCD output, if it is 1011, and if the intermediate sum value, this sum is called as the intermediate sum. If the intermediate sum value is greater than 9, or if it produces a carry, or if it produces a final carry, this 4-bit number produces a final carry, in those cases, if it is an invalid one, or if it produces a carry, in that case, we have to add 6 to this one, 6 to the intermediate sum, 6 to the intermediate sum. In the case of BCD addition, if the intermediate sum value, this one, is greater than 9, or if it produces a final carry, then we have to add 6 to this one. So in this case, it is greater than 9. So to correct this one, we have to add 6 to this one. So 1 plus 1, sum 0 with a carry 1. 1 plus 1, sum 0 with a carry 1. So sum 0 with a carry 1. So it is also greater than 9. Greater than 9. For this one also we have to add 6 to this one. 1 plus 1, sum 0 with a carry of 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1, sum 1 with a carry of 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1, sum 1 with a carry of 1. So 1 plus 1, sum 0 with a carry of 1. Sum 0 with a carry of 1. What is the decimal equivalent for this one? 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. 0, 1, 1, 0, 6, 1, 1, 6, 1. Add these two, 7 plus 4, 11, sum 1 with a carry of 1. 8 plus 7, 15 plus 1, 16, 6 with a carry of 1. So 161. So finally, as a conclusion, in the case of BCD addition, if the intermediate sum value, this one, is greater than 9, or if it produces a final carry, we have to add 6 to the intermediate sum value to get the final answer. Or in other words, if the intermediate sum value is less than 9, in that case there is no need to add 6 to that one. Say for example, check this one. 4879. So for 4, 0, 1, 0, 0. 8, 1, 0, 0, 0. For 7, 0, 1, 1, 1. For 9, 1, 0, 0, 1. So 8 plus 9 equal to 17. So 7 plus 4 plus 1 is equal to 12. So 127 is the final answer. Okay. Next, first in this case, add these two. So 1, 0, 0, 0, sum 0 with a carry of 1. So it produces final carry. And if this intermediate sum value is less than 9, but here it produces a final carry. So in that case also we have to add 6 to this one. So 1, 1, 1, 0. Next, in this case, add these two, 0 plus 1 and 1 plus 0 plus 1, sum 0 with a carry of 1. 1 plus 1, sum 0 with a carry of 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1, sum 1 with a carry of 1. So this one is equal to 1. So it is greater than 9. Intermediate sum value is greater than 9. So we have to add 6 to this one to correct it. So 0, 1, 1 plus 1, sum 0 with a carry of 1. So 1 plus 1, sum 0 with a carry of 1. So this one 1, 2 and 7. 1, 2, 7. So this is the procedure in the case of a BCD addition. Don't get confused. So in the case of BCD addition, if the intermediate sum value, as in this case, if the intermediate sum value is greater than 9, we have to add 6 to this one. Okay? If the intermediate sum value is less than 9, and if it produces a final carry, in that case also we have to add 6 to that one. So we have to correct the intermediate sum value. If the intermediate sum value is greater than 9, or if it produces a final carry, we have to add 6 to that one. We have to add 6 to that one. So that is the procedure. So to construct a BCD adder, it requires two binary adders. Or simply in other words, for the time being, and for its explanation, it requires 20 more minutes time. 20 more minutes of time. We will discuss about that one in the next class. Okay. For the time being, for the 1 or 2 minutes. This is the 7483 IC. 7483 IC. It's a 4-bit binary adder. Binary adder. In total, it has 9 inputs. That IC had 9 inputs. 1, 2, 3, 4. So generally, this is A3, A2, A1, A0, and 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. B3, B2, B1, B0. And it has one C input, carry input, and one is carry output. And it has 4 outputs, S0, S1, S2, S3. 4 plus 4 plus 4, 12, 13, 14. And 1 pin is for VCC and the second pin is for ground. So total 16. It's a 16 pin IC. It is a 7483 is a 16 pin IC. It is a 4-bit binary adder. For example, to add 2 4-bit binary numbers, there is no need for 4 full adders, etc. For example, the same IC chip is used to add 2 4-bit binary numbers. 2 4-bit binary numbers. It's an integrated circuit. Say, for example, simply you have to apply A3, A2, A1, A0 here, B3, B2, B1, B0 here, and Cin equal to 0. So simply it produces the output of C3, S3, S2, S1, S0. Okay, that is a function of this 7483 IC. In the case of BCD adder, we have to use 2 7483 ICs. We have to use 2 7483 ICs. The first 7483 IC is used to add 2 4-bit numbers. 2 4-bit numbers. If its sum is greater than 9, we have to add 6 to this one. For that one, it requires one more 7483 IC. One more 7483 IC. Or in other words, if the circuit produces a carry out, in that case also we have to add 6 to this one. So the first, this binary adder is used to add 2 4-bit binary numbers. In the case of BCD adder, if its sum is greater than 9, we have to add 6 to this one to correct the intermediate sum value. Or in other words, if it produces a final carry, in that case also we have to add 6 to that one. So it requires one more sum for IC for that one to add 6 to this one. And it requires one correction logic circuit. Correction logic circuit. So the function of the correction logic circuit is, if its sum is greater than 9, or if it produces a carry, that circuit produces a high output. When it produces a high output, then only this adder adds 6 to this one. If the sum value, intermediate sum value is less than 9, or if it doesn't produce any carry, in that case, that correction logic circuit doesn't produce any output, and in other words, it produces a low output. If it produces a low output, in that case, the lower binary adder adds 0, 0, 0, 0 to the intermediate sum value. So that is the final answer. That is the final answer. Adding 0, 0, 0, 0 is nothing but no number is added to the intermediate sum value. So in the construction of BCD adder, it requires two 4-bit binary adders. This is the upper binary adder, this is the lower binary adder, and it requires one correction logic circuit. Correction logic circuit. In the next class, we have to discuss about the actual circuit diagram of the BCD adder. Okay? Any doubts in this one? So what are the applications of a full adder? A parallel binary adder, and the next one 2's complement adder subtractor, and the next one a BCD adder. BCD adder. And the next one XS3 adder. XS3 adder is used to add XS3 numbers. XS3 adder. So BCD adder is used BCD numbers. XS3 adder, XS3 numbers. So different applications of full adder are parallel binary adder, 2's complement adder subtractor, BCD adder, XS3 adder. XS3 adder. Okay. We have to continue in the next class. We will continue next class. Okay.